Hey everybody, good morning. It's Rose Thorn. It's now 2 o'clock in the morning. I was just about to go to bed after reacting to Chantal's latest live stream. I took a peek on Twitter and I found out that Foodie made not one, but two community posts where she was raging at Nadar. Now I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I should be in bed, and you're right, I should be. I am very tired. But I wanted to capture these community posts before Foodie dirty deletes. And I have a huge feeling that in the morning they're going to be missing. So I want to cover them before that happens. So let me just go ahead and pull up the community posts. You guys can see them as they are. So let's start with the latest one. We had one that was an hour ago, and then we have this one that was 2 hours ago. So let's start with the latest one. The post you did 2 hours ago says, last words because I deserve them. You respect people who apologize, like how you apologize after breaking my CPAP, hurting me, using me for rent, food, smokes, money for your family, calling me a whore, saying I had a threesome with my aunt, trying to make me accountable for your mistakes and problems in life, having another woman sleep in your bed while telling me we were exclusive. Actually, thank you for inviting Dee Dee over. You did me a huge favor, it turns out. I'm sure more can be pointed out. You suggested to Dee Dee that she take legal action against me, and she refused. You know, doxing my number to thousands causing middle of the night harassment is illegal, right? So are a lot of things. Ahem. Now going forward, you are dead to me, Finn. So Foodie swore a while ago that she was done with Natter. Apparently, she's not done with Natter. She was flying high on dopamine talking about Roman this evening. She just did a live stream talking about Roman and promoting Roman and her OnlyFans and saying that her outlook on life was a lot different. But still, she's got Natter on the brain because she's raging about him on her community post. Now, before I get into the comments, I just want to go over this post. These things that Foodie is saying that Natter has done wrong to her. And I want to point out some inconsistencies, particularly the things that Foodie has done wrong. Let's see. Respect people who apologize. Well, Foodie, apologies are not about getting something in return. Apologies, true, sincere apologies are not transactional. Apologies are when you've screwed up, you know you've done wrong, and you are admitting you've done wrong, and you are reaching out to say, I was wrong, and I admit it, and I want you to know that. You're not reaching out, doing an apology because you deserve to be forgiven. It's up to the individual whether they forgive you or not, but any good, decent person, if you've done wrong, you apologize. You hope the other person accepts it. But if it doesn't happen, well, at least you can walk away clean knowing that you did right. You did the right and decent thing. You did the just thing. So as far as respecting people who apologize, well, respect the fact that you did it wrong, you hurt somebody, and they are a person and they are free to not accept the apology, and don't get all salty when they don't. Let's see, breaking my CPAP. How did he break your CPAP? Your CPAP still works. You're still using it. You had to buy a new mask and hoses, but that does not mean the machine is broken. If the machine were broken, you would have had to get a whole new machine or go to get it fixed. So apparently he didn't do that. As far as hurting you, do I believe that he hurt you? Yes, but I also believe that you hurt him because you doxed him. You told a lot of people a lot of things about him that were horrible. you spread his information all over YouTube. His family members got doxxed and contacted. So as far as the abuse and the hurt, it didn't just go one way, it went both ways. Using you for rent, food, smokes, money for his family. Well, okay, he got all that stuff out of you and more, but you also used him for content, didn't you? You also used him for content for months. You made a lot of money because you were able to talk about Nadar, expose Nadar to the public. You live streamed inside of the trap house where he lived. All of that. All of that. So maybe the money you gave him was compensation for his breach of privacy. You also got companionship from Nadar. You got to hang out with Nadar. So again, compensation for that. He called you a hoe. Well, that's not very nice, him calling you a hoe. Because by him calling you a hoe, what does that say about him? If he's calling you a hoe, he's the person hanging out with the hoe. So it doesn't exactly make him look very nice. And he is the person over there that he's the one talking to lots of people. So really he has no room to talk. So I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Saying that you had a situation with your aunt. He shouldn't have said that. Even if it were true, he shouldn't have said it. It's really nobody's business. But then again, Foodie, you had no business saying something like that to Nadar, if indeed you did say it. The fact that he said it, it doesn't sound like something he would just make up on his own. It sounded like maybe something you said. But you've talked about a whole lot of things with a whole lot of people before. So if he said something terrible about your aunt, well, you talk terrible about other people. Trying to make me accountable for your mistakes and problems in life, well, you blame your mistakes for other people as well. So you've done that wrong also. Having another woman sleep in your bed while telling me we are exclusive. Well, he's free to do that. He's single. You guys were never committed. He never cheated on you. He's always maintained his single status. It was you that wanted to claim him against his will. So if you cross the line and you try to get something that you did not pay for, that's on you. That's not on him. So there's a lot of things you listed that you say are his biggest wrongs, and many of those things either did not happen or you've committed bigger wrongs to him or other people. But let's go into the comments because there's some good comments here, and then we'll address the other community post real quick before bed. Heather Jarrell says, if only you had some accountability for the things you've said and done, because you know others deserve that. Well, yeah, she should be saying, I'm sorry, and making apologies to a lot of people, her family, people that used to be her friends, to the VIBs even, all the trauma that she's exposed them to, all the toxic topics, the raging. She should be apologizing all day long to a lot of people. So she apologized to Nadar, and because she did not get her apology accepted, she's angry. She's angry that her apology wasn't accepted, and maybe he still doesn't want to talk to her. So she's going off again. Maybe she got off live stream tonight and she contacted him and he still wanted nothing to do with her, and she's mad because Dee Dee's there. I mean, it could be any number of factors. But if she wants to talk about he needs to take accountability, well, she needs to start with herself. Clint Eastwood says, it takes a child 1, maybe 2 run-ins with a hot stove to know touching it is a bad idea. Yet it takes an adult this long to figure out that touching the cursed sea cucumber has consequences. I don't think even the smoothest of brains among us are buying it. Yeah, we've all been telling her for a long time, look, stay away from Nadar. He's no good for you. She didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear it. She wanted to be around him, so she closed her eyes. She sewed up her ears, and she just was not hearing nor seeing anything that anybody was pointing out. So if she got burned, it's her own fault. It's strictly her own fault. Ricky Ashtray Morog says, how bad will Speedy's paycheck have to be for him to be falling on you on Monday? And how did your hat make it all the way to Gatineau today? Huh. So Nadar has one of her hats. Interesting, interesting. But yes, good thing you pointed that out, Ricky. That would have slipped my mind because it is late. It's early in the morning. Payday is in a few days. So maybe Nadar is waiting until payday to make up with Foodie. We'll find out if she disappears. We'll find out just by her absence what's happening. Jessica B says, you weren't used. You knew what was going on. In fact, not only did you yourself say you knew 1 month in, you had thousands of comments telling you to leave, and you said no, no one used you. Yeah, she keeps saying, he used me, he used me, he used me. But I think there was an understanding between Nadar and Chantal that if he were to spend time around her, she had to pay him. That was the deal. That was what he agreed to. That was the situation. It was Foodie who made the Waters money by starting off the deal as promised, and then she just got too attached. She got too attached. Her being attached led to her being obsessed. Her being obsessed led to all this messiness that's gone on. So the line was drawn in the sand early. It's just that she kept trying to hop over the line and get more than what she paid for and more than what was on the contract, you see. You know, he never signed on to be her eternal love, but she accepted him as a companion for a while. But then after a while, that wasn't enough. She needed more. She needed a lot more. And the problem was she couldn't get any more. So she got frustrated. She got angry. Oh, you cheated. You used me. He never used you, Foodie. He never forced that money out of your pocket. You willingly took it out of your pocket and gave it to him so that you guys could hang out. You could have walked away at any time and no harm, no foul. You chose everything that happened for months. Magulator says, everyone needs to take a screenshot of this because she'll end up deleting it. And when she goes back to Nadar, if she goes back to Nadar, this needs to be thrown in her face over and over and over again. And then everyone needs to stop supporting her. And that's exactly why I'm doing this video on the community post, because I got a huge feeling they're going to be gone in the morning. And I want everyone to see this before it's gone. Yeah, like Foodie, the spiciest stuff, she dirty deletes. Either the moment she does it or the next morning, she'll get rid of it. She'll get rid of it. She's going off on Nadar here. I want to get this before it's gone. Boo Boo McGee says, tell us without telling us that you're using Roman to make Nadar jealous. You know, we could look at this thing one of two ways. Door number one, she's using Roman to make him jealous. She's using Roman to get to Nadar to say, what I gave you, what I offered you, I can easily give to another person. I gave you the platform. I introduced you to YouTube. You started doing your cooking videos. You had your cooking channel. But the majority of your audience is actually my audience. And just as I gave you something, I can give it to somebody else. So here's Roman over there in the corner. Nice young man. His channel is got one video on it. What she gave to Nadar, she can take away from Nadar and give it to Roman instead. And Roman seems like a nice guy, and maybe he might be more appreciative. So that's her way of just letting Nadar know, look, I've got all the power. You don't seem to understand how much power I have. I can give it to another dude. I can give all my support money to another dude. She's trying to rattle his cage and let him know, look, I've got more strength. than you in this situation. What I gave to you, I can give to another. I want you to think about that. I want you to really, really think about that. Now, door number 2, Nadar and Roman might be acquaintances. They might know each other. If they both live in Gatineau, they might already know each other. And this is just, you know, Roman is just a big player in the Chantal play. And because Roman is a new character and because he's an attractive male, that might set the stage for a whole lot of fireworks later of various kinds to keep the drama going, to keep the interest going, to keep the profit going. Right now, everything's in the early stages and it's hard to tell, but more and more stuff is coming to the surface. You know, Chantal tried to paint this picture of Roman and I don't know each other, but in that live where she was talking to him, Roman slipped up and revealed, oh yeah, Chantal's basically been over here before. My bird knows her. So they are acquainted in some way. And then now it's been revealed that Roman lives in Gatineau. Nadar's in Gatineau. Roman's in Gatineau. Huh, coincidence. Coincidence that she met Roman just that fast. And she's already comfortable with him. Doesn't that look a little bit fishy? Let's see. Lisa, take it or leave it, says, the minute Dee Dee leaves, she'll be at the trap. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that at all. Or at least, if she doesn't get over there, she's going to try. She's going to try everything in the world to get herself back over there, to get in Nadar's good graces, and to leave a good impression of herself. We don't know. All this stuff she's doing on her channel, this I'm a better person, I'm smarter, I'm not doing the drugs, that might be another way she's trying to seem like a better person than Dee Dee. It's, again, there's so many layers here. It's so hard to tell which way things are going. Crippy React says, she's not over Nadar. You could have done this privately. Yes, she could have. Yes, she could have. But again, she's doing this public. She's doing it to punish Nadar. She's doing it to expose Nadar. And she's showing him, I'm still mad at you. I'm still mad at you. She could have done this in some private way and none of us would have known. But she wanted everybody to know she's still angry at Nadar. And everybody is over here saying, you said you're over him, so be over him. Stop talking about him. Trash Vote says, proof your number got doxxed or it didn't happen. Bring the receipts, woman. Well, there was that live stream that night where Foodie was giving out, it sounded like Dee Dee's Airbnb address, or there were a couple of addresses thrown in the air. I'm not going to do any research to know what those addresses that she gave connects to. But, you know, she's over there talking about doxing, and she was sitting there doxing somebody, just throwing out addresses and stuff, saying, oh, I got the address in my GPS, etc., etc. So she's pointing a finger for doxing people, but yet didn't she do it too? You can't accuse somebody of something if you're guilty of doing it. CFF says, you're trying to get sympathy from people who warned you about this scoundrel 10 months ago. The red flags were abundant. You know, CF, there were so many red flags. She could have opened a flag store. There were just that many. There were flags here, flags there, flags everywhere, flags in every color. They were so abundant. They were in her face. There was no room to walk. The flags were just that thick. Emily S. says, he'll be calling you come payday and you will go running back. We're going to see. Let's see what happens on the 21st or the 22nd, because the 21st falls on a Monday. I don't know when Google AdSense sends out the payment, but we're going to see, and we're going to know. Let's see. Everybody's saying he's gone. Stop talking about him. Magulator says, WTF, Chantal, stop reacting to him or no one's ever going to trust you again. You'll lose everything over him. So that's the comments for that post. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Just as I was finishing up that post and about to go to the other one, it's gone. It's gone. See? And this is why I wanted to cover it. That's exactly why. I knew her dirty delete finger was itching. I knew it was itching. Foodie. 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 You over there. You. This is why I'm sitting up at 2:30 in the morning doing this. Caught you, girl. Caught you. You thought you could do these posts early in the morning and nobody would see. Caught you. Caught you. Well, I got one post and you guys saw the other one. Sorry I didn't click on it so you guys could read it. I was trying to get one first, but little Miss Foodie over there trying to be all sneaky, shisty, and delete the post. Well, at least I got one of the two. Alrighty then. Well, I guess that's it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Uh, thank you for watching and leave your comments down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Everyone have a good one and please take care.